brought us back to bondage. We were sold by a brother's hand. Yes, we were sold for slaves, but we're not African. Brought to this land by ships to be bond women and men. We may be in America, but we're not American. We are Judah. The so-called Negro today, lost from the knowledge. We are Judah, the tribe of Judah, lost from the knowledge. Yeah, yeah. The tribe of Judah, the so-called Negro today. If Islam was the answer, we'd have no yoke upon our necks. We'd be living in our own land with lots of self-respect. But in this land, there's no ease, and our feet shall have no rest. For these curses have been upon us for past disobedience. We are Judah, oh yeah. The tribe of Judah, whom our brothers shall praise, lost from the knowledge. The tribe of Judah, the so-called Negro today. We are Judah, the tribe of Judah, whom our brothers shall praise, lost from the knowledge. Oh yeah. The so-called Negro today.
Judah is Yah's home. The scepter will never depart from Judah. We are from the royal line, and Yah will
brought
never
to this land by ships, yeah, to be by women and by men. We may be in America, but we're not American. We are Judah, oh yeah. Judah, whom our brothers shall praise, lost from the knowledge. Yeah, yeah. The so-called Negro today. We are Judah. Oh, you gotta hear me, y'all. We are Judah. Broken in the Judah, they can't find a way. We are Judah, yeah. Tribe of Judah. Come back to who you are, yeah. The tribe of Judah.
Unmute Yamsu.
Thank you, Nasanya. That's why you're the administrator of the show. Thank you. My name is Yamsu Arif, and this is the Real Talk for Real People study show, where we study the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, keep a pulse on his people, and keep our eye on the enemies of Yah. All enemies of Yah, because simply said, they are our enemies also. I, along with, you just heard her, my Aisha, simply my wife, Nasanya, a daughter of Zion, just like you are out there. You're conscious of that fact, even if you're unconscious. And she is doing her due diligence as a daughter of Zion by helping to keep these studies in alignment and in formation. As you can see, she had to inform me to turn my mic on. Along with our friend, your friend, our brother, your brother, our elder, your elder, and the elder on the council, Brother Cottrell of New York City. Brother Cottrell is here to help facilitate the studies every night, Monday through Friday. But before we get started in our study, I simply want to share with you how the studies proceed for the night. If you go to Tehillim, which you call Psalms, the Hebrew word is Tehillim. It is in Tehillim chapter 13. Trust in the salvation of the Most High. It's quite poignant. Also, it's quite factual. Praise the Most High. Brother Cottrell will conclude the studies for the night in the book of Bereshit, which you call by the Hebrew word, which you call by the Greek word Genesis. Brother Cottrell will continue a continuation of chapter 29 and chapter 30 and 29, where it is Jacob meets Rachel. Jacob's married Leah and Rachel, and the children of Jacob. And it's a continuation of that theme as far as these studies are concerned. But be that as it may, there's a lot of poignant information that you can retrieve by virtue of these studies. And before we get started into the studies, it would be amiss of me to not mention, as I made mention of Brother Roe and Sister Roe and her husband in Memphis, Tennessee. Her children, her child, Tyree Nichols, was beaten to death by 5 so-called brothers. I call them pretenders in police uniforms, who beat the man to death where he died 3 days later in the hospital. I say that to say this. The fact of the matter is this, and her husband made mention of it today in a newscast in Memphis, Tennessee, at the Lorraine motel where Dr. King was murdered. He said, I'm going to be honest about this. And we all need to start being honest about it. He said, how did they get 14 white jurors from Hamilton County and Chattanooga while we reside in Shelby County in Memphis, Tennessee? And those white jurors freed those. They had 21 charges. And those white jurors didn't convict them of one charge. And you know what he said? Which we said on the on the show, as far as universal white race supremacy is concerned. He mentioned it. He said, Donald Trump has helped to activate the universal white race supremacists in this country, be that as it may, worldwide, truth be told. And I'm glad, so to speak. Why? You say, Yamsuf, are you glad that universal white race supremacy are activated? For one primary reason, so we can stop being comfortable in our captivity. We'll stop being so comfortable that we're sitting around eating bonbons and cupcakes while watching reality shows, while our reality passes us by, going around mistreating, abusing, and dominating one another, and sometimes killing one another. That's why I'm happy that they are activated, so we can stop it. So it will compel us to do what the Most High told us to do, which is turn back to him from your idolatry. Secondly, cry out to him. By virtue of that, Most High said, in that regard, pray for your ancient ones that got you in the situation you find yourselves in universally. And pray for yourselves while in these universal captivities that I can hear you. And after that, the Most High has mandated that you gather yourselves together. Not gather yourself together to show up, show out, show bug. Not gather yourself together to think one of you better than the other. Not gather yourself together simply for gathering's sake and don't do nothing while you gather together, just simply looking at one another. That's not what this is about. Gathering yourself to do something constructive and positive in that regard. And to put your twos and fews together and your dollars and cents so you can do something for one another in a universal component. And also the Most High has mandated that you learn to do good by your widow women. You learn to do good by your orphans. Learn to do good by each other. Simply the Most High said, learn to do good. Because we have been socially engineered, enhanced socially engineered, and conditioned to be the worst sort, to be a monstrosity. Why? Because we don't heed the counsel of the Most High. Therefore, we don't love the Most High with all our heart, mind, souls, and strength. And the evidence speaks for itself. We don't love our brothers and sisters as we should love ourselves. And that's a crying shame. So our heart goes out to the mother of Tyree Nichols and his father. Why so? Because we all have that empathy and compassion and love for one another, because we are all universally in this boat together. Because when something happens to one of us, in effect, it happens to all of us. So simply sitting around eating bun buns and cupcakes while watching reality shows that your reality passes you by won't suffice anymore. You got to start putting in some work. All of us need to start putting in some work. Stop trying to showboat and shine on one another, but gather as the Most High has mandated so we can do good by one another. Case in point, as in the case of Queen Esther and her cousin Mordecai. They did good by gathering themselves together. In the case of Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they did good by gathering themselves together. Can we learn to do the same thing? That's the only way it works. That is the formula. Looking for your enemies to do something for you is insignificant and of no regard. But simply doing what the Most High has mandated for us to do is paramount to success, even in this captivity. Because in this captivity, we have been enhanced, socially engineered, and conditioned to the effect that we have become a monstrosity. Where we love to hate one another, love to hate anything that remotely looks like. That's why I'm not surprised those brothers and those pretend brothers in those police uniforms beat their brothers to death. I'm not surprised. Because that's the way we have been socially engineered in our condition. And the only thing can get us out of that mindset and that realm of thinking, doing and acting toward one another is only one way. That is the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Praise and bless his holy name. I'd like to thank the Most High for the opportunity to study with you on the Real Talk for Real People study show. I'd like to thank the Most High for Brother Kytriel. I'd like to thank the Most High for my Isha, Nasanya. I'd like to thank the Most High for you fellow students who are serious about something, so serious about something that you want to get it right. And that's what we're here today to help you facilitate you getting it right by virtue of the Most High, coupled with wisdom and understanding and certainly humility, which is the formula. Praise the Most High and bless his holy name. So without further ado, I will introduce my Isha, the administrator of show, Sister Nasanya. And then I will introduce our brother and friend and elder, Brother Kytriel of New York City. Nasanya, may the Most High bless you. Your mic is hot.
Thank you so much, Yamsu. Shalom, shalom, family. All praises to the Holy One of Israel. I'm happy to be back, guys. Happy to be getting into the know. Happy to get into the studies. I send my prayers out to Tyrese Nichols' family because I know that was hard to deal with on yesterday. And I just all praises. I just send my prayers out to the family.
I feel you, Isha. I feel you. Praise the Most High. Brother Kytriel, may the Most High bless you, brother. Your mic is hot.
Brother Yamsu Fadi, Sister Nasanya, may the Most High bless y'all. Bless y'all, oh my soul, and all that's within me. Bless his holy name. Giving all praise, honor, and glory to the Holy One of Yisrael, the Elohim of our fathers, Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov. Thanking him for another day. Appreciating the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that he's enlightened us with. Pray he continues to bless us. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Thank you, Brother Cottrell. Well, Nasanya, if you're ready to proceed in these studies, we're ready to proceed. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Nasanya. Brother Cottrell, if you're ready to proceed in these studies, we're ready to proceed. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
Praise Yah. Fellow students, we pray that you're ready to proceed because we are ready to proceed. Praise the Most High. Turn to Tilihim. You call it Psalms by that Greek word, but the real meaning of these studies, these songs, are Tilihim, our word, not Greek words. And turn to chapter 13. And King Dawid has written this beautiful song, short, quick, and sweet, just like I like it. And King Dawid says in Tehillim, chapter 13, trust in the salvation of the Most High. And certainly so in our regard. Praise the Most High. And King Dawid says, how long, O Yah, will you forget me forever? Going through what King Dawid was going through at that juncture in his life, and just to position it to ours, we can say the very same prayer. Tyree Nichols' mother and father can say the very same prayer. Those who are conscious and cognizant in Memphis, Tennessee, those who are conscious and cognizant in New York City, Louisiana, Alabama, California, all our brothers and sisters who come to this very same end. And the sad thing about that is this, that not only do they come to the end by virtue of our enemies, but by virtue of those some that look remotely like us. I can feel what King Dawid is saying. Can you? How long, O Yah, will you forget me? Or simply forget us? How long will you hide your face from me? Or simply us? King Dawid, I feel you. And King Dawid says in verse 2, how long shall I take counsel in my soul? That I have this intro conversation with myself, and I'm taking conversation for myself. I'm talking to myself. I'm trying to get through this the best I can. That's what he's saying to y'all. Having sorrow in my heart daily. What King Dawid was going through, and just to position it to what we're going through. How long will my enemy exalt over me? I know he's speaking in reference to probably King Saul and certain nations at that time were at us. And just to position it to this time in regards to those 12 jurors from Henderson County and Chattanooga. Sometimes some brothers and sisters that sometimes look remotely like us. I can subscribe to that. I can understand what King Dawid is saying. Sometimes our kind be against us that hurt us. Sometimes our enemies be at us all at the same time. And King Dawid says in verse 3, consider and hear me, O Yah, my Elohim. Consider what I'm going through. Praise Yah. And consider what we're going through. Praise Yah. In his universal captivity. Well, brothers and sisters are set against brothers and sisters, and our enemies are controlling the whole dynamic of the situation. And King Dawid says, enlighten my eyes. Make me understand. Give me some understanding as my Ishah the Sonya says, getting into the know. Give me some understanding. What's going on? And he says, King, at least I sleep the sleep of death. At least I get to the point where Brother Cartwright always alludes to, I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired that we keep writing these old blues songs. Give me the blues. Now, right now, they're just writing any kind of hot mess. And to the point that I just feel, man, this is it. King Darwin said, this is it. And I'm sure some of us are feeling the very same way as I speak in this universal captivity. This is it. And King Darwin says in verse 4, Yah, lest my enemies say, come to me, come to my aid, lest my enemies say, I have prevailed against them. Whether it's universal white race supremacy, or it's some brothers and sisters that remotely look like us that not in tune with the Most High. As in the case of King Sewell and the nation round about King Darwin. Least they said, I have prevailed against him, King Darwin, in just to position that to us. Least those who trouble me rejoice when I'm moved. Y'all don't let them have a parade because I'm gone, King Darwin says. We like to have parades. But King Darwin is saying, at least those who trouble me rejoice when I move. Well, at least they have a parade, so to speak. And we should feel the very same, but we like parades. We like parades so well, we join any parade, even parades that's against us. So-called Black Lives Matter, Democratic Party, Republican Party, Irish Party, the Italian parade, Christmas parade, Easter parade, you name it, we join on, and all this is against us. We're quite unlike King Darwin in that regard. King Darwin didn't want to have no joy over him, not joining their parades. King Darwin says in verse 5, as we all should say, but I have trusted in your mercy. Do we trust in the Most High mercy? We join every parade there is, but do we trust? We join the gay parades, all kind of parades. But do we trust in the mercy of the Most High? Unlike King Darwin, I think not. King Darwin put his trust in, it was founded and rooted in the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, as all of us should be. And King Darwin says in verse 5, my heart shall rejoice in your salvation. If you want to have a parade, you want to have a party or whatnot, let it be in the salvation of the Most High. King Darwin said, I rejoice, my rejoicing. I'm focused, King Darwin says. My rejoicing should be in the salvation of the Most High. And as a result, King Darwin said in the last verse, I will sing to you, Yah. Are we singing to the Most High? If it's good enough for our king, it should be good enough for us. Are we singing? Are we crying out to the Most High? And are we singing to the Most High? Because we're confident in the fact that the Most High, as in the case of King Darwin, going to take care of him. And in this universal white race supremacist last kingdom covenant, are we confident in the salvation of the Most High? As King Darwin was confident in the salvation of and under the Most High, being troubled by King Sewell, the first king of Israel, being troubled by Absalom, Prince Absalom, his son, being troubled by nations round about, just to position it to us. King Darwin finally says, which you should finally say, because he had dealt bountifully with me. Case in point, just to position it to us. The Most High has dealt bountifully for us. We came here buck naked and chained, where they mistreated, abused, and killed us and swung us from trees to trees, strange fruits, where they gave us some Jim Crowism with a hot mess, and then a graduation into something that they call freedom, where they control every aspect, component of our lives, and still hate us to the regard that they can take 14 people from Hamilton County and Chattanooga, Tennessee, and transport them up to Shelby County and Memphis, Tennessee, and to get them to try cases they're not familiar with. 21 counts, all going off scot-free. It's to be expected. But nevertheless, in spite of it, irregardless of it, the Most High has been bountifully for us. It's not the way it was when we first come here. It's a little bit better. Even that being said, we shouldn't be comfortable. We should be crying out to the Most High, crying out to get out. That's why I said, as far as universal white race supremacy and the activation of them, let it be. So it can stop us from mistreating, abusing, and dominating one another, and sometimes killing one another, and learn how to cry out to the Most High, and learn how to gather ourselves together under the auspices and components of the Most High. I said, let it be. Because the Most High has dealt bountifully with us. As King Darwin had understood it, in spite of, we should understand it in this contemporary time, in spite of it. Because many nations have done well because we have been here. It's time for us to stop being comfortable and get what we need to get. That's home. Praise the Most High and bless his holy name, because he is bountifully, has been toward us, and bless his holy name. That being said, I'm going to ask my Isha, Sonia, do she have any comments or remarks in regards to these 6 lovely verses that King Darwin shared with us? And you can juxtaposition it to our contemporary time. Sonia, you have the mic.
Thank you, Yamsu. Short and sweet, like I said. Basically, it stood out. The whole chapter stood out to me here. But what I focused on at the bottom, what it was at the end, is when he said, "I will sing to Yah, for He has been good to me." And that just really, really sets out to me right there. No matter what, he's been good, no matter what.
Hallelujah, Sonia.
Amen.
He certainly has in regards to King Darwin, and certainly in regards to us, he certainly has been good. Great point, Sonia.
And I thought about Tyree Nichols' parents as well. I know they're going through a hard time. Not only his parents, the officers as well, the ex-officers as well. No matter what, things are going, but God is good. God is good. Yah is good.
All the time. All the time, Sonia.
Yes. All praise.
All praises. Thank you, Sonia. Brother Cartier, may the Most High bless you, brother. Your mic is hot.
All praises for our great King, King David, and his insight, his spirituality, his connection with the Most High. And what stood out to me, and always stands out to me about King David, is that he always speaks about Yah's salvation. He ain't talking about just being saved from King Saul or the enemies around him. He's talking about Yah's salvation that he has in the end of days. What I also notice is that he counsels himself. In other words, he looks at the man in the mirror, right?
Exactly.
He said in verse 2, "How long shall I take counsel in my soul?" Which means he's doing some soul searching, right?
Exactly.
Which all of us should be doing. And
exactly.
in spite of all his troubles, King David is still able to sing to Yah and sleep like a baby.
Exactly.
But I don't know if we have to learn how to cry out, y'all, because that day is gonna come where we just gonna be crying out because of the oppression
Right.
that is put upon us, just like we was back in Mizraim. And the fact that King David is talking about oppression, was he ever oppressed? I don't think he was in oppression or a slave.
Mhm.
But we have to learn from him how to take counsel in our soul, how to communicate with Yah.
Mhm.
And you'll see that he continues to speak about Yah's salvation. He already spoke about it in Psalms 3:8, Psalms 9:14, and again we see it in Psalms 13:5. And you're going to see it over and over again. It's a theme that he keeps bringing up, but we brush it by unless you meditate on what he's talking about. And when you meditate on what he's talking about, he's not talking about the salvation that they're talking about in Christianity or the Roman Catholic Church. He's talking about Yah's salvation and end of days. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. Well, Brother Cartier, no King David wasn't under slavery in his contemporary time as we see it. But looking in his eyes, having King Saul, our first king, chase him all around Israel, having his son, Prince Absalom, come against him, that's oppressive. That's oppressive to one's mind, that knowing that he didn't do any wrong to King Saul, the first king of Israel. And he certainly didn't do anything wrong to Prince Absalom. So that's rather oppressive in some sense. Praise the Most High.
All praises.
Thank you, Brother Cartriel. Fellow students, Brother Cartriel proceed to the last segment of study. And Bereshit, which you call by the Greek word Genesis, a continuation of chapter 29. Yaakov meets Rachel. Yaakov marries Rachel, Leah, and Rachel, the children of Yaakov, a continuation, verse 30. Praise the Most High, Brother Cartriel. You have the mic.
All praise to the Holy One of Israel for our great prophet Moshe, who constructed and wrote the book of Bereshit, book of Genesis. Book of Genesis, Bereshit chapter 30 goes on to say, now when Rachel saw that she bore Yaakov no children, Rachel envied her sister and said to Yaakov, give me children or else I'll die. And Yaakov anger aroused against Rachel, and he said, am I in the place of Yah, who has withheld from you the fruit of the womb? So she said, she's doing the Sarah thing. Here is my maid, Bilhah. Go into her, and she will bear a child on my knees, so that I also may have children by her. Then she gave him Bilhah, her handmaid, as wife. They don't have those kind of customs today, where your wife will give you her handmaid to go into to have a baby. Oh no. And Jacob went into her, and Bilhah conceived and bore Jacob a son. Then Rachel said, God has judged my case, and he also heard my voice and given me a son. Therefore she called his name Dan. And Dan means to judge. But you notice that while these women are having these babies, right? Who's naming them? The mothers are naming these children based on their emotional situations that they're going through. So they're putting these vibrations on their children, and that you have to be aware of the names that you name your children with. So every issue that they have, they're naming their son after the issues that they're having. So it goes on to say, and Rachel's maid conceived again and bore Jacob a second son. Then Rachel said, with great wrestling have I wrestled with my sister. So she's telling you right there that she's beefing with her sister over the love of Yaakov. And indeed, I have prevailed. She finally has some children, not by herself, but by her handmaid. And she thinks that she's winning. She's gotten into the battle. So she called his name Naphtali. and Naphtali means my wrestling. Now you know why have issues with each other. We be wrestling and fussing and cussing and fighting with each other because we have these tribal names on us that have implications within them. And Leah saw that she had stopped bearing. So she took Zilpah, her handmaid, and gave her to Jacob as a wife. And Leah's handmaid, Zilpah, bore Jacob a son. And Leah said, uh-oh, the women naming their sons. A troop comes. And she called his name Gad. She's still battling with her sister. And Leah's maid Zilpah bore Jacob a second son. Then Leah said, I am happy, for the daughters will call me blessed. So she called his name Asher. We know what Asher means. It means happy. Now Reuben went in the days of wheat harvest and found mandrakes in the field and brought them to his mother Leah. Then Rachel said to Leah, please give me some of your son's mandrakes. But she said to her, it is a small matter that you have taken away my husband. Wait a minute. It's really Rachel's husband, isn't it? And Leah's saying it's a small matter that you've taken him away from me. You know they beefing. Would you take away my son's mandrake also? And Rachel said, but she said to her, it's a small matter that you have taken away my husband. Would you take away my son's mandrake also? And Rachel said, therefore, he will lie with you tonight for your son's mandrake. So they making deals. I hope you're not a polygamist, because women determine when you're going to sleep with them and when you're not going to sleep with them. They making the bargain. He going to sleep with you tonight. Okay. And when Jacob came out of the field in the evening, Leah went out to meet him and said, you must come in to me tonight, for I have surely hired you with my son's mandrakes. And he lay with her that night. It's not an easy situation being married to two women. And Elohim listened to Leah, and she conceived and bore Jacob a fifth son. Leah said, Yah has given me my wages because I have given my maid to my husband. So she called his name Issachar. And we know what Issachar means. It means wages. She paid the wages so she could sleep with Jacob that night. These are crazy names, aren't they?
Exactly.
You're from the tribe of Issachar, okay. He's from the tribe of wages. Then Leah conceived again and bore Yaakov a sixth son, and Leah said, Yah has endowed me with good endowment. Now my husband will dwell with me because I have borne him 6 sons. Imagine that. So she called his name Zebulun. And what does Zebulun mean? Zebulun means my husband will dwell with me. Dwelling. Zebulun, dwelling. Afterwards, she bore a daughter and called her name Dinah. Our sister's name was Dinah. And like Dan, Dinah means judgment. It's related to judgment. Then Yah remembered Rachel, and Yah listened to her and opened her womb. Yeah, even, though you have a relationship with your wife, Yah determines what? When you're going to have a baby. And she conceived and bore a son and said, Yah has taken away my reproach. So she called his name Yosef. And what does Joseph mean? He will add on. And said, Yah shall add to me another son. And it came to pass when Rachel bore Joseph that Yaakov said to Laban, send me away that I may go to my own place and to my own country. Give me my wives and my children for whom I have served you, and let me go, for you know my service which I have done for you. And Laban said to him, please stay, if I have found favor in your eyes. Obviously, Laban did not want Yaakov to leave. For I have learned by experience that Yah has blessed me for your sake. So he knew that he was being blessed because Jacob was there. Then he said, name me your wages and I will give it. Anything, whatever price, just stay. No, don't go anywhere. Don't go back to your country. So Jacob said, You know how I've served you and how your livestock have been with me. For what you had before I came was little, and it has increased to a great amount. Yah has blessed you since my coming, and now when shall I also provide for my own house? Our father Yaakov's situation is a reflection of what he went through. He left his father's house, his country, without anything, and went back to his parental or his ancestral land. When he gets back to his ancestral land, he's not treated by his uncle like Abraham treated Lot, like a brother. Lot basically makes him a servant or a slave. And he's been slaving for Laban for like at least 14 to 20 something years now. And then he feels it's time for him to leave. And Laban doesn't want him to go. But we're going to find out just how this turns out. So Jacob said to him, what shall I give you? No, Laban said to Jacob, what shall I give you? And Jacob said, you shall not give me anything. I don't want nothing from you. I just want to leave. And if you do this thing for me, I will again feed and keep your flock. Just let me go. Let me pass through all your flock today, removing from there all the speckled and spotted sheep and all the brown ones among the lambs and the spotted speckle among the goats. And these shall be my wages. That's all I want. I helped you grow your flock to where you have a great amount now. And all I want is the brown. What do you want it? Everyone that is not spotted or speckled among the goat and brown among the lambs will be considered stolen if it is with me. So there's a distinction that he's making, a separation between how these flock look. It's kind of similar to the situation that Abraham had with Lot. And Laban said, oh, that it were according to your word. So he removed that day the male goats that were speckled and spotted, all the female goats that were speckled and spotted, everyone that had some white in it, and all the brown ones among the lambs, and gave them into the hands of his sons. Then he put 3 days' journey between himself and Yaakov, and Yaakov fed the rest of Laban's flock. So he sent Laban's sons off with his flock, and Yaakov took care of Laban's flock. Now Yaakov took for himself rods of green paula and of the almond and chestnut trees, peel white strips in them, and expose the white which was in the rods. And the rods which he had peeled, he set before the flocks in the gutter, in the watering troughs that were the flock. In the watering troughs where the flock came to drink, so that they should conceive when they came to drink. So the flock conceived and bore before the rods, and the flock brought forth streaks, speckled and spotted, distinct from Laban's flock. Then Jacob separated the lambs and made the flocks face towards the streaked and all the brown in the flock of Laban. But he put his own flocks by themselves and did not put them with Laban's flocks. So he's making a separation among Laban's flock. Laban's flocks are bringing forth speckled and spotted produce or offsprings from these flock, and he's separating that out of Laban's flock. And it came to pass, whenever the stronger livestock conceived, that Jacob placed the rods before the eyes of the livestock in the gutters, that they might conceive among the rods. But when the flocks were feeble, he did not put them in. So the feebler were Laban's, and the stronger Yaakov's. Thus the man became exceedingly prosperous and had large flocks, females and male servants, and camels and donkeys. And nobody gave this to him. He worked how many years now? 21 years as a slave to Laban, and he was able to separate his own wealth from the work that he did. And we should take a lesson from that, because we've been under duress, working for people that oppress us. But there's a way to attain wealth, even under oppression. Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. As I said, Brother Cottrell, being humble is not tantamount to being foolish. Case in point, Yakub was humble. That didn't mean he wasn't going to be nobody's food. Praise the Most High. Thank you, Brother Cottrell, for those studies. Lasagna, you have any comments on commentaries with what Brother Cottrell shared tonight?
I wanted to ask one question. Why did he started separating the cattle?
You mean a flock?
Okay. Okay, the flocks.
In tomorrow's story, I believe that the Most High was guiding him through his dreams. So him working with the flock of Laban for so long, he learned the science of being a shepherd. He could tell which ones were healthy and strong, and he could tell which ones were feeble and weak. And he took the strong ones for himself because he knew Laban was trying to make him a slave for life.
Okay. I see that. Got you. Thank you.
Praise Yah.
Praise Yah. As I said, Lasagna, fellow students, being humble is not tantamount to being foolish. Praise the Most High. People got it twisted, thinking you be humble, you be somebody's food. Just because you humble, don't mean you got to be anybody's food. Praise the Most High. That being said, Brother Cottrell done a great job as always, Lasagna. It brought some vital points to the study sessions. They're conclusive for tonight. Lasagna, my Isha, has done her due diligence as a daughter of Zion by helping facilitate and regulate the studies for the night as always. As a daughter of Zion, as all daughters of Zion should do. Brother Cottrell, on the other hand, along with Yamsuf Ari, that's me, we've done our due diligence by providing these studies for you. We've tried to break it down for you like you're 4 years old. No knock on you, just trying to make it palatable so you can understand it. I think we did a decent job at that, executing wisdom and understanding. But in that regard, we can do no more. It's incumbent upon you to do something for yourself, which is trust in the Most High. Cling to the Most High. Meditate on the Most High. Let the Most High word be your footsteps. And the Most High word only. Because thus therein lies salvation. Help in the physical sense of the word, and salvation in the spiritual sense of the word, for your soul's sake. You see, the Most High word is going to work in spite of us and our irregardless of each of us. But for each of us individual, it's more beneficial that you do the above stated as far as the word of Yah is concerned. Because you see, for you individually, the Most High word works for you if you work it, test it. Take the formula, take the antidote, and praise the Most High. That being said, I will ask my Isha, Lasagna, the administrator of the show, to make her closing remarks and say our shaloms and our good nights. And I will ask our friend, your brother, our brother, your elder, our elder on the council, Brother Cottrell, to make his closing remarks and our comments and to close us out for the night. Praise the Most High. Lasagna, your mic is hot.
Shalom and good night.
Praise Yah, Lasagna. Shalom and good night. Brother Cottrell, your mic is hot.
All praise to the Holy One, Yisrael. You mentioned the word of Yah. King David in the book of Psalms, Tehillim 12:6 says, Yah's words are pure. They're tried in a furnace, purified 7 times, and preserved forever. So we should take that to heart and understand that we have to know Yah's word like the back of our hands. Praise Yah. He's given us the opportunity. We love you, Yah. We love you, Israel. We the most opportunity, bless and be with us. Shalom and good night.
You said a mouthful, brother. and it was all good. Praise the Most High.
Hold on. Hold on. Gotta hold on. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, yes, I am. Yes, sir. Better believe it now. Hold on tight. Yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and not by might. See, the Most High, He is watching us, watching us. You gotta die on tomorrow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And He has done for us so many things. Cured many of pain and sorrow. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, my brothers and my sisters, all. Let's get together now before we fall. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, see, the hard times, they have just begun. Just begun. See, I said you better hold on, better hold on. Hold on, Israel. Hold on, yes, sir. Hold on, believe now. Hold on tight. Hold on tight. Oh, yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and not by might. See, I know He's got the power. Now, it's very plain. Plain to see. Yeah, yeah. He put the sun in the sky. And made many a blind man see. Hey, yes. Come on, my brothers and my sisters, all. Hey, yeah. Let's get together now before we fall. Let's get together. Oh, see, the hard times, they have just begun. Ooh, yeah. Better hold on, better hold on. Hold on, Israel. Yes, sir. Hold on, believe me now. You got hold on tight. Yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and not by might. Hold on, Israel. Yes, sir. You better believe me now. Hold on tight. Yeah. Don't you let go, Israel, 'cause the Most High said, not by strength and not by might. 'Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed, you gotta hold on, hold on. 'Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed, 'cause the Father is watching you, and He will see you through. 'Cause when the clouds get gray, and don't you be dismayed, 'cause the Father is watching you, and He will see you through. One man